Hey guys, welcome back to episode 5 of our podcast. Terran, how are you today?
Stressed, but fairly relieved.
It's good, mate.
How are
It's
you, mate?
good. Good, thank you.
Good. Well, we haven't.
Exams tomorrow.
Yeah, we
That'll
haven't.
be
We haven't
fun.
been here in a while. We haven't recorded one in quite a bit. So
No, we haven't.
good to be back.
Yeah. What are we talking about today, Tez? Cricket.
Cricket. Oh, not a
Happy
very
days.
not a very popular topic, but if you don't like it, don't watch.
Yeah, exactly. Um, where to start? Really, I think we should start with the England New Zealand series that had just gone on.
Oh, mate, England
Um,
are a disgrace.
yeah, that was
That was poo
demolition.
on your
Yeah,
home deck.
got absolutely trounced 2-0 in a two-match
No,
series.
it was only 1-0. The first match was a draw.
Oh, was
Yeah, it ended up being a draw because England needed
it?
like two.
Right.
They need 200 on day five and blocked out for the draw.
Jeez, that's just pathetic.
So,
Oh,
and the New Zealand just rolled over in the second test.
mm.
But I mean, they weren't looking at that. They're looking at what's happening tomorrow. Wait, when does it start? Has it already started?
I think it starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the ICC World Test Championship against India.
Yeah. Yep.
If Australia were
Um.
actually competent and could get through overs, we would have been there. But no, because we only missed out because of how slow we bowled our overs in the MCG test.
Yeah,
Like
because
that's
we didn't
just
get through the overs.
because we're just melons.
Yeah.
Just needed Lion from both
Anyway.
ends. He flies through overs.
Well, it's set to start Friday.
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 Yeah,
Friday.
another test match that I won't watch. I've got some
The days
exciting
we go
news, Herbie. Sorry to cut you off
go
there, but
ahead.
I've got some exciting news. I'm going to Brisbane at the end of the year to watch the test in Brisbane
Oh yes,
in
beautiful.
the Ashes. So I'm
Hopefully the
quite happy with that.
the res- hopefully the restrictions and stuff will be eased by then.
Oh, don't even. Yeah, 8th to 12th. I'm in Brisbane. I think I'm staying an extra week there as well. So I've got a big
Lucky
holiday.
man.
Yeah, let's just hope I
Lucky
can get to
man.
Adelaide. Oh my god, I swear to
Yeah.
God. There's no. Oh wait, they're probably no. I'm not gonna say that. I would have come across very special if I had said that. So I won't say that. What do you think of the final being played in Southampton instead of Lords?
I find it interesting. Uh, do we know why that is?
Probably because they played the England New Zealand at Lords, possibly.
Yeah, true.
But
Yeah,
would you not
I
want to
find it.
play the England New Zealand at Southampton and then the Test Championship at Lords? That would make
Yeah,
a
I
bit more
don't think
sense.
it really would. I don't think they fixtured that appropriately for the occasion, at least. Although I find it difficult to understand why you wouldn't play it in New Zealand. I know they want to look for a neutral ground, but
Yeah,
in these COVID times, why would you not make it
yeah,
so much easier for yourselves and play it in New Zealand?
yeah. Because New Zealand are possibly the least effective country out of I guess the four that it could have been: Australia, India, England, and New Zealand.
Yeah, they eradicated it. Like they're not even under. They eradicated it, and they've done pretty well.
But I think they went to
So
New Zealand because, fans wise, if they played New Zealand, there'd be no Indian fans. I think in England there's gonna be no
yeah,
fans at all.
yeah, true. And if not, it'll be very few, so a bit less biased that way.
Yeah, so I'm
Good
guessing
point.
that's probably why. But I've just read here that the Aussies have earned themselves nearly 600K for finishing third in the World Test Championship.
Well, that's pretty good. Better
Yeah,
than a
the
kick.
the winner gets 1.6 US million dollars. The
Yeah,
runner up gets 800K New Zealand. Sorry, not New Zealand dollars. That's irrelevant. US dollars. I've
yeah.
really struggled to speak English today, so bear with me. But
um,
yeah,
if you
it,
had to make a call,
no,
who
I
would
don't
you
know.
say?
I haven't watched either of them since Australia choked that series against India, so I don't know. I'm going to say New
I think
Zealand because Devon Conway is just an absolute freak of nature.
I'm gonna say New Zealand at this stage just because they've had that
Yeah,
play
they've played, yeah.
against England there, and yeah, they showed us what they could do in England on England decks to beat England at their home grounds is pretty good effort. So I see them winning, but it should
Yeah.
be a really good Test match.
Yes. They're planning on doing this in future, which I don't mind. I actually kind of like that. Don't you?
Mm,
Let's just hope we don't stuff it up next year and we might actually win something for once.
yeah, let's hope so.
But I mean,
Let's go.
Australia going to the Windies soon for 3 ODIs, which I'm
Yeah.
assuming we'll probably lose all of them. Um,
um,
Zayan is in the chat, and he said it's got to be India. Unfortunately, we heavily disagree because we don't like India. Uh, I mean, I'm kidding.
um, no, it should definitely be a good close contest. I mean, cricket viewers will enjoy it no matter what. It'll just be a good Test match, good competition. So
Yeah, and later in the
not
year,
really.
sorry mate, but before the Ashes, we've got a one test game against Afghanistan in Hobart. Just has little relevance and don't know why we're doing that, but you know, why not?
Yeah, might as well practice up there before we get started. Give Hobart, give Hobart a look because they're just completely irrelevant
Yeah,
otherwise in the
yeah, just
Ashes. So
just give them something to do.
yeah, well, that should be interesting as well. I mean, we know that Afghanistan, obviously, as a country, isn't necessarily developed in cricket, but they've got some key players that we've seen in the BBL: Nabi, Rashid Khan, Zahir Khan.
Yeah, there's a few, but you know, I can't see them being very good.
No, me
They're good.
neither.
They're good at the shorter formats, but uh, their test match isn't the greatest.
Yeah. Um. Well, we'll look towards Australia's next cricket. We have five T20 internationals and three ODIs in the Windies,
Yes,
all done within a month.
that's
How do you
impressive.
feel? How do you feel we're going to go about that?
I think we're gonna get hammered, if I'm being honest, because every game is being played at the exact same ground over.
Mm,
Well, one game's on the 10th and the next game's on the 11th, so it's fairly back to back. And
mm,
I mean, we kind of suck at short format, considering we have so
mm.
many good players. We just can't get a good team together.
Yeah.
I think I think we'll lose because the Windies are very good in the short format game.
Mm. I think I wouldn't count us out that much personally, but again, you're
You are
absolutely
very
right in saying
optimistic.
that the Windies are very strong short format players. Um, but yeah, I feel like Australia's selection process needs work in general between ODI, T20, and Test match selections for Australia. They have so much young talent in the Sheffield Shield, which I just don't see being played. How do you view that?
Oh, well, to be honest, I think I don't really watch the Sheffield Shield, but when I see it, I get outraged with everyone else, but then don't care a week later because we keep winning games. But you know, when we lose, I get pretty pissed. But
Mm.
I don't have a solution, nor do I know how to pick a side, so I don't really pay attention. Yeah,
Fair enough.
pretty much. um,
Um,
Hang on, I was getting somewhere. We're gonna move on from cricket because there's really not that much to talk about, is there?
yep.
NBA,
No.
one man, Kevin Durant, absolute freak of nature,
Absolutely phenomenal today.
absolutely killed it, putting his team on his back with only one other starter scoring double digits. James Harden had 5 points, playing 45 minutes. I don't know how that works, but it just
Nah,
does.
he wasn't he was pretty raw. You could see today he wasn't aggressive, wasn't attacking. These 5 points came from two layups and one from the free throw line. So
Right.
He wasn't very aggressive, and in 46 minutes you expect more from a key player. Even coming off injury, you expect a little bit more of an impact.
Yeah, well, Kevin
But I
Durant
mean,
literally played every minute you could.
yeah,
He did
from
not
start to
spend a
finish.
single minute on the bench and put up a stat line which reflected that with
Yeah,
40, what was it, 45? 40, oh no,
40,
49,
40, 49 points,
17 and
17
10,
rebounds. Yeah,
with Giannis choking the game badly at the end.
yeah,
He shot 63 or 64% from the field, but 57% from the free throw line, choking. Was it one or two late free throws in the end? I think it
oh
was
yeah.
one. And then um,
There
I
were
I
two
watched
earlier in the game as well.
yeah I watched earlier before he missed those free throws. Chris Middleton passed him the ball and he just dropped it and couldn't recover it. I think
Mm,
that was with
like,
15 seconds to go. So played
it's
like an
just
absolute bum
yeah,
in the. I'm just moving my camera up in a disappointing loss for Milwaukee.
yeah. I thought they had that in the bag. Watching earlier, they were up by was 16 at halftime, I think,
Yeah,
17
16.
just before. Um, and then extended that lead, looked really competitive. But then Brooklyn on their home deck were able to defend their
Yeah,
home deck,
I
somehow crawling back.
yeah saw with. Well, I don't know how long was left, but there was about 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and Kevin Durant somehow dribbled through about three players, shot off balance over the top of someone, and swished it. So
Yeah.
he's 7 foot. You know he weighs the same as Giannis,
Oh, wow.
and they look completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, Durant just absolutely flew in that game. I think there's no question now to who the best player in the league is at this point in time.
Mm.
But
Um.
tomorrow should be fun. Atlanta,
Yeah.
Philly, Clippers, Jazz. Both
Mm.
both game fives tied at 2.
2-2. Yeah.
Be interesting. Your Clippers. I say your, but you know.
My Clippers, mate. My Clippers.
Yeah, playing away from home. Do you back them in?
Gotta back him in, mate. Gotta back him in. I don't know. It'll be pretty interesting. Both games will be pretty interesting. Obviously, the momentum going to the underdogs with two underdog wins yesterday in the Hawks and the Clippers.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It. I would have thought in terms of the Atlanta Philly game, I would have thought the Sixers would have been
I thought
pretty
they would have been
dominant in
through
this
already, to be
series.
honest.
Yeah,
I,
like Trey Young has been the difference easily for sure.
oh
So
yeah. Well, considering Ben
it,
Simmons was one of the defensive player of the year, probably could have been snubbed, but never mind.
mm,
The fact that Trey Young's still been dropping 40 points on his head nearly every night is a bit mad. So,
mm,
um, I did see also the all defensive and all NBA teams
yeah,
came out today. I saw that Giannis was the only player in the All NBA first team that was there
to be
unanimously.
unanimous.
Yet
Yeah,
Jokic won MVP and he wasn't even. That
I
really
don't
confused me.
understand. Mm.
And obviously
What
you got,
also confused me
yeah, right.
in those, the first, the second, and the third, Sam, I'm sure you're about to list them, but you'll hear that there's no Devin Booker,
Yeah, no
there's
Devin
no
Booker
there's no Donovan Mitchell, no
and
Jason
yeah,
Tatum,
no Jason
which
Tatum.
which absolutely confuses me.
Yeah. Um, I don't really watch the NBA in the regular season. I kind of just turn it on in the playoffs. But um, if you didn't know that Jason Tatum was absolutely killing it this year, then you really seriously didn't watch.
Mm,
He averaged 30
absolutely.
points, 6 rebounds, and nearly 5 assists. Donovan Mitchell had 33, 3.5, and 5 assists.
Yeah, they're just crazy
Oh, that,
stat lines.
oh, hang on, that's playoffs. Sorry, mate. That was the playoffs.
That's
Uh,
all right.
the regular season. Sorry about that. Tatum had 26 and a half, 7.5, and then 4 assists. Devin Booker had about the same, just not as many rebounds, and Donovan Mitchell had about the same as well.
yeah, like I don't know, some of the guys they picked were interesting, even in that thirds team. I don't know
Well, who was in
if I
that
could
13?
have.
I know Jimmy Butler was.
In the third team, there was Bradley Beal, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, and Kyrie Irving.
Jimmy Butler had 21.5 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. So, I mean, not bad,
Yeah,
but not Jason Tatum, not Donovan
no,
Mitchell,
that's
not
good.
Devin Booker.
Yeah,
But a guy who's gone from being ridiculously overhyped to one of the most underrated players in the league, Zion Williamson.
mm,
Yes, he plays on the Pelicans, but he was very good this year.
mm,
Um, yeah, he hasn't been very highly rated now, but
mm.
he is absolutely flying in in New Orleans and is killing it there as he's now, yeah, like I said, becoming one of the most underrated players in the league.
Yeah, after a pretty injury-strong season last season,
Yeah,
and it doesn't help that his team isn't getting
they
hardly
suck.
noticed. So, yeah,
Yeah, they suck. They're meant to be good. They've got young talent, but they just suck. They
they
got
can't
Lonzo,
control.
Ingram, and Zion with Steven Adams and Josh Hart. There's a good starting five there, and you suck.
Yeah,
I don't know how that happens. They've got to be
it'll
better
be
than that.
interesting to see how they develop come
Oh,
next season.
all right, we're going to finish up pretty soon because we are running good for time. I just want one last thing before you go because this will take up a fair bit of time. Who are your champions? Who's going to win it all?
Oh, well, I heard Charles Barkley say earlier that he had his money on the Bucks at half time, which was interesting to me because
Mate,
how they played today was just stupid
Charles Barkley's got
in
no
terms of
idea.
their matchups today were horrible, and I reckon for that reason, if it's between the Nets and oh, I don't even know at this stage, probably Atlanta.
I think my prediction is whoever gets out of the East is winning the title
Mm, that's
because
a fair call.
out of the West it looks like Phoenix will get through. They have been absolutely storming through the playoffs. They
Mm,
they beat the Lakers in 6, then swept Jokic and the Nuggets. And I
mm,
mean, if they get Utah, that'll probably be better off than the Clippers.
mm.
So, and then yeah, the East you got Brooklyn and well, you'd think Philly, and
Yeah.
who matches up? Who wins that? You got Ben Simmons,
Oh,
Kyrie Irving, Seth Curry, and
I
James
wouldn't
Harden.
even I wouldn't even be able to put a call on Philly Atlanta yet. I wouldn't count Atlanta out at all.
Yeah, it's tough.
Whoever wins this next one will win the series for sure.
Oh,
It'll be
you
probably two.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it might go to 7. I think Atlanta will win on their home court, even if Philly win the next one. So
Mm,
if Atlanta win Game 5, watch out because I think Philly could be going out.
mm, for sure. Two pretty important games in terms of playoffs tomorrow.
100%. All right, guys. I think that is where we'll leave you for today. Thank you for tuning
Mm.
in for another episode of the podcast. Those of you that are still here and watching on YouTube, but we'll see you later. See you guys.
Cheers, guys.